Pat Cockrell over on YouTube. Again, should we open up the top 5 NBA all-time argument on a Friday? I don't mind. Do y'all mind? I don't mind at all. Let's get it going. It's Friday. The Super Bowl isn't here. There's some other things that we can talk about, but do y'all mind opening up TikTok and YouTube? Do y'all mind opening up an NBA all-time greatest? I don't mind. I don't mind. So I put a video out actually on YouTube yesterday on it. Top 5 all time. Let's start with number 5. Anybody got a problem with Larry Bird being 5? If you do, get out. I'm just kidding. Larry Bird, look, he grew up like an hour and 15 minutes from where I'm from. He's my all-time favorite. Larry Bird. And here's my 5 from 5 to 1. Bird 5, Magic 4, Kareem 3, LeBron 2, Jordan 1. It's just that simple for me. I know there's going to be a bunch of people saying Kobe. No, Kobe's not in the top 5. Now, Kobe's in the top 7, top 6, but Kobe's not in the top 5. And the reason being is because Kobe was a carbon copy of Michael Jordan. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's worse things that you can be. And he did it at a high level. But Jordan did it better than him. So you were a carbon copy, but you weren't as good as what you copied. You got to take a knock for that, in my opinion. So, but let's not kid ourselves. Let's not put Kobe Bryant at like 12. No. Kobe might be 6. If he ain't 5, let's say Kobe is 6. Let's not get silly. Somebody says LeBron 1, MJ 2, Kareem 3. I don't dispute that. Hell, there was a time that I believe that Kareem was 1. And let's dive into that for a little bit. How come Kareem gets so much slander? How come Kareem can't be number 1? How come we don't do that? How come Kareem isn't 1? So my man Hasselbrink doesn't even have Jordan or LeBron in his top 5. I think that's nuts. He got Jordan 1, Kareem 2, Magic, Bird, and then Kobe. I mean, here's the thing. If we're saying that LeBron, we're talking carbon copies, LeBron is more like Magic than he is anybody else. LeBron does Magic better than Magic. Let's just be honest. More athletic. If you want to say Magic is a better passer, okay, but it ain't by that much. He doesn't rebound better or score better. I mean, LeBron does Magic better than Magic. You're never going to get me to say Bird's out of the top 5. I don't care if you put a knife to my throat. You're never going to get me to get Bird out of my top 5. Ever. You might say, oh, Big B, you're just being biased. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, I am biased. I don't care. So, Magic is a better team player. How do you measure team player? How do you measure if somebody's a better team player? So, I don't know how you would say that he's a better team player. I think that's wild. But I don't know how you would ever measure who's a better team player. Wilt Chamberlain doesn't get enough love. Now, the argument against Wilt is that Wilt played against guys that were not near as big, strong, and as athletic or tall as he was. That's the knock against Wilt Chamberlain. Bill Russell is not in the top 5. No. Bill Russell was playing in that same era with Wilt Chamberlain, but the man shot 40% when you're 6 inches taller than everybody else. I'm sorry. You're a 40% shooter that guys that come up to your armpit? I'm sorry. No. And you can talk to me about how great a defensive player he was. And he was. And he was the ultimate winner. Great. But as far as player, no. Not to mention the Celtics had really good teams. They had the best teams. And there was only 8 of them in the league at the time. I mean, it wasn't like there was 100 teams. So why is Iverson in anyone's top 5? I don't know. Did I miss that on TikTok? I hope I didn't. Because if I did, or I hope I did, because if I see it, I'm making fun of you. I am making fun of you. Yeah, the Celtics had the best team for at least 10 years. So here's one, Pat Cockrell. MJ, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Kobe. I'm sorry, Pat. I love you, brother. No Bird, you get no play. No Bird. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Gwendo, I like his. NBA, Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Kareem, Wilt. I'm sorry. I love you, Gwendo, and I love the list. But no Bird, no dice. No Bird, no dice. And then you get the haters. You get the guys that are 25 years and younger that say Bird couldn't play in the NBA today. There's no way he could dominate in the NBA today. Has anybody ever seen Luka play? I mean, Luka somehow dominates in the NBA. You don't think Larry Bird could do that? If you don't, you haven't watched enough basketball. Or you've never seen Larry Bird play, so you don't know. That's what I would say. You have just never seen it. You only go by what you see. And so he couldn't do it. Larry Bird can get to any spot on the basketball court that he wanted to, shoot over anybody. He is 10 times the shooter that Luka could dream about being. You got to stop with the craziness. Got to stop with the craziness. Tim Duncan, he's not in the top 5, but he's definitely in the top 10. Definitely in the top 10. The list, here's the list that somebody put out yesterday, and I copied and I put it up on my YouTube and TikTok page, it was Shaq was 10. They didn't have Kobe at all, which I was like, this is a horrible list. They had no Kobe in the top 10. And I'm sorry, any list that doesn't have Kobe Bryant in it, it's not serious. It's not serious. It had Bill Russell at 7. No. So Hakeem is not in top 5. I love Hakeem, though. I might take Hakeem over Tim Duncan. That's a good debate. That's a good argument to take Hakeem over Duncan. But I don't know. I think people disrespect Tim Duncan, too, on how good Tim Duncan was. Just because he wasn't flashy, didn't talk a lot. Tim Duncan was outstanding, people. But I think I would take the Dream over him. I do. Dream didn't have as good a teams as Duncan did. The Dream was that guy for a long time. The Dream was that guy and on defense, the defensive end, I mean, whew. I don't know. Yeah, Tim didn't need to talk. The Dream didn't talk either.